Bolingbrook, Wisconsin. Conservative enclave, beautiful upscale suburban residence, and now radical sex advice for 10-year-olds. I'm Dr. Duke, and this is The Dr. Duke Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to The Dr. Duke Show, the only program that keeps you educated on the craziness impacting K-12 classrooms and those pesky college campuses around the world. Before we start, I do want to remind our audience that we are not just about bringing you the problems. When it comes to education, we also offer solutions. Our Judeo-Christian online classical school, FreedomProject Academy, is experiencing record enrollment right now, and you only have a week and a half left to enroll. Classes are filling up fast. In fact, we've got 1 week more or less to get you in this school for fall. I beg and encourage everyone to request a free information packet at freedomforschool.com. That's freedomforschool.com. Take back control of your kids' education. Pull them out of the public schools and put them in a really, really fine online academy. All right, it's time for Katie to give us her unique perspective on the health of our republic.
Good day and greetings, Team Healthy Republic. If you're new in this classroom, I'm Katie, and I'm trying to find some health in our republic. I hope you join us on this journey by subscribing to my new channel, Healthy Republic. We need subscribers to help us build, and we needed to start a new channel because, of course, we have been so heavily censored by the YouTube overlords that no one finds us. So if you could give us the grand compliment of a subscription and a thumbs up on the video, then welcome to the team. We're in this together. Make sure you stay tuned until the end of the video for a real doozy of a what the what moment. If you don't know what that is, well, neither does Joe Biden. Now on to Joe, Jill, and the Teachers Union.
Last year, I told you if Joe became president, you would have one of your own in the White House. And here we are.
Here we are indeed. That brings us to today's question. What should we do about our education system? Huge question, with no wrong answer because we already have implemented the wrong answer. That's where we're at right now. At the beginning of the month, the Bidens took the time to address in person the attendees of the National Education Association, the nation's largest teachers union, representing more than 2 million members. Now, really, there were like 5 people in the audience because of the COVID. They're all vaccinated and scared, but Joe loves them.
The NEA is one of America's indispensable organizations. I'm not just saying that because the First Lady's a member. And by the way, I noticed that I knew what all you all were going through.
He doesn't even know what he's saying. But between fumbling and bumbling, Joe had nothing but worship for what he called professionals. All of them.
The American people saw it. They get it. And they understand what you've been saying for years. That you are professionals, all of you, all of you. All of us have a responsibility to make sure that you have what you need to educate our children safely, equitably, and well.
Can you see the fumes coming out of my head? Anytime I hear this lie, I have a physical reaction. In my education program, I was supposed to write a response about why teachers are professionals. I wrote that they are only professionals in the sense that they get paid to preach from their pulpits. Now, before teachers write, angry responses into the comments, hear me out. I've always taken issue with the phrase, those who can do, those who can't teach. Because here's the real answer. Those who can teach. Those who can't lead the teacher unions and push the social justice crap on your kids. It's always been the ones who can't teach, who spend time pushing a pre-written message. They are facilitators to indoctrinate your kids, not teach them. The teachers are too busy teaching. But how many teachers do we really have left? Biden only knows what his wife does.
She was working 4 or 5 hours a day, getting ready to teach, putting her lesson plans together.
Wow, the greatest of all the doctors in all the land is being praised for working 4 to 5 hours per day to make her lesson plans, which is what all teachers were doing, except those teachers who were busy vacationing or attending rallies for Biden during quarantine when it was too dangerous to be in a classroom with children who really didn't even get COVID. Biden's been pushing this crap for always and forever. I just learned that his weird whispering is part of who he is. 10 years ago, he spoke to the NEA as vice president.
We should be working with you, not against you. We should be listening to you, not lecturing to you. We should be embracing you, not pushing you aside. You are not the problem.
You are the problem, along with the continued hero worship of the educational system that has proven detrimental to our children. And again, that creepy whispering.
Every parent in this country who spent the last year helping educate their children at home understand you deserve a raise. They figured it out. No, I'm serious. Think about it. Think about it.
Every parent who has seen the critical race theory, sexualization, and lack of reading, writing, and arithmetic being done in the kids' virtual classroom during this past year should have realized they deserve their tax money back. Think about it. Yet Joe's out there hero worshiping.
So, I really mean it. I think you're the single most important component of America's future.
That should scare the ABCs right out of you. But Joe, please continue your slobbering.
This isn't just, it's not trying to be nice. This is absolutely necessary. Necessary if we're going to compete in the 21st century.
What's necessary? Ah, yes. Back to the giving of money. Money, 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 money.
Your union and teachers' protests across the country made it clear that you deserve more than praise. You deserve a raise, not just praise.
Yes, walking out of the classroom, red for red, proved that teachers need more money. They skipped work to protest to get more money for the job they were not at. I can go on for days, but I already do this on our daily education show, The Dr. Duke Show. Check that out if you really want to know what's happening inside the classroom. So let's get to today's What the What moment.
I'm really going to be in trouble.
All right, team, riddle me what Biden is trying to say.
Again, I'm not saying this because of something Jill, I would, in truth, if I didn't support the NA, I'd be sleeping in the Lincoln bedroom alone. And that's not where we sleep. We don't sleep in the Lincoln bedroom. I'd be sent down to it.
I don't want to know what happens in the Lincoln bedroom. He's truly senile.
And Jill and I wanted to congratulate you all on the 100th anniversary of this convening. And notwithstanding rumors, I was not at the first convening.
Okay. That's why Jill is out there to say the things that the president would usually say, despite it being a lie.
You spoke out for safely reopening schools and more student support. You carried families through the darkest year in modern history with patience, compassion, and care. And you did it all while you worried about your own family's health and education and safety. With all of my heart, and on behalf of millions of students and families, thank you for being the heroes we needed. Thank you for answering this call.
Gag me. I didn't even address what the NEA pushed on its agenda from that convention. Let me know in the comments if you want that video. And warning, it will scare the crap out of you if you care at all about the true education of our children. So on that positive note, carry on with your day. Until next time, stay healthy, America.
Joined now by Vicki McKenna for CultureCast. Vicki, these are some of the most fun times of the week for me. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for inviting me back, dude. Great to be here.
It just gets worse. I mean, every time you and I do a show, I say this is it. And yet, since the last time I talked to you last week, what has been uncovered in Elmbrook School District, and that's near Milwaukee. It's kind of a very well-to-do suburb, isn't it?
It's in Waukesha County, so it's in a conservative and well-to-do suburb. It's part of the WOW counties, Washington, Ozaukee, Washington County. This is kind of a deep red area of Wisconsin. And even in Elmbrook, there is no way, unless you are hyper-vigilant, to stop the inappropriate left-wing indoctrination and sexual indoctrination of kids. Yes. And yeah, Isn't it good we can still be shocked?
Yeah, specifically in this upper class, so to speak, white area, largely conservative, Elm Brook schools, we have some of the most radical sexuality hidden. Where was it buried at Elm Brook? How did this come out? What actually was going on?
So I will explain really quickly. It is very, very graphic material. It includes cartoon drawings, graphic stories, how to sign up for a sex app, how to perform sex acts, different types of slang and crass lingo, how to defeat arguments about morality that you might be given from your Christian parents or your Muslim parents. And this was discovered from a mom who is overseeing their children's access to something called Sora, which is an online library, and it has material available to children to check out, to assist in research or whatever they might want to look up. Typically, parents get a warning if their kids access something inappropriate. This, however, did not trigger a warning. And so when parents would go back and check with their kids checked out of the online school library, nothing showed up that would have allowed parents to understand the deeply disturbing nature of this material.
Let's give one example here that's not itself pornographic. One of the things that you mentioned that is so horrifying about this Sora program is it gives young children, as young as third grade, 9 to 10-year-olds, gives young children information about how to download an app for gay dating and gay sex, to be able to navigate this act so that you, at age 10 or 12 or 15 or 18, can find somebody in the gay community who you can have sex with.
Yeah, and I think the Sora system is a general online digital library that the state of Wisconsin supports, because I know that this is also something happening in Sparta, Wisconsin. Again, not exactly a den of left-wing iniquity in Sparta. Sparta is a pretty rational red type area. And so I think this is an online library that kids can access. This material is it's considered age appropriate. And yes, children as young as 8 years old are cleared to access and download this material, even though it is technically, supposedly, for appropriate, Duke, to teach kids how to sign up for sex apps for 11-year-olds. We don't really want the 8-year-olds to look at this, but the 11-year-olds, we really want this for the old kids, the 11-year-olds.
Take a look at the application, what we saw there. So this book is gay. That's the title, right? This book is gay. Offers a play-by-play of how to use Grindr and other sex apps. How do sex apps work, okay? Upload a tiny picture of yourself. 8-year-olds, 9-year-olds. Go ahead at age 8. Upload a tiny picture of yourself to the app. The app works out your location to teach the perps how to find you. The app tells you who the nearest homosexuals are. You then chat to them, and because they are near, it is easy to meet and hook up with them. How's that good advice for 8-year-olds?
It's not, obviously. Why are we tolerating putting children in a position that could easily groom them to become victims of sexual exploitation? Can't we all agree on this? Let's see a show of hands. I wish I could actually get 100,000 people of varying different political persuasions in a stadium and see a show of hands. Can we agree we don't want 8, 9, 10, 11, 13-year-olds to be groomed for sexual exploitation? Can we just get an agreement on that? Because I'm pretty sure that's a 90%er. And yet it is going on in Wisconsin schools. And to complain about it, you are told this is considered age-appropriate, developmentally appropriate material, which is why the school system in Elmbrook said it didn't show up and let parents know what the explicit content was, because it's considered to be developmentally appropriate, and it's approved.
And bet my last dollar that if some 10-year-old did all those steps as was instructed to, and then was viciously molested by an older man, I guarantee you that educational privilege would make it almost impossible to sue the school district.
You can't. You're not going to be able to sue the school district. Number one, they're protected by a number of different laws. Number two, even if you were able to sue for damages, the damages are capped. Trying to actually file a successful civil rights lawsuit against a school in Wisconsin, good luck. You won't find an attorney to take the case, because many of the law firms in Wisconsin actually work with the school districts. I know, because I've had friends try to do this. It is next to impossible to successfully sue the schools.
After the break, we're going to come back. And Mom and Dad, I want you to pay attention to this. If you've got kids in the room, don't let them stay. We're going to read to you, because this has to be done. We're going to read to you some of the glaring pornographical materials over and above trying to get kids to sign up for homosexual dating apps.
It's bad.
It's really bad. So after the break, we're going to read this. You need to hear it. There needs to be a record of this. So in a moment, we'll do that. We'll be right back. Back again with Vicki McKenna for CultureCast. And again, Mom and Dad's a warning. You have to hear this. We're going to bleep if we have to, but you're going to get enough information here to be thoroughly stunned by what kids as young as 9 and 10-year-olds were able to access in places like Elmbrook schools and Sparta schools here in Wisconsin and all across the country. And again, as Vicki said before the end of the last segment, parents can't find this because the school deems the following kinds of conversation legitimate, developmentally age-appropriate information. Take a look. Okay, Vicki, give us the stuff.
And if I can, Duke, I hope you'll be able to. But by the way, I'm reading from a letter that was issued by Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. They have filed on behalf of the parents a cease and desist, a demand to have this material removed from the SORA system. So again, I am reading from a cease and desist letter that included this material so that people can understand just how inappropriate it was. And I encourage people, if you're capable to do this, go to a school board meeting, read this, and see if you're even allowed to stand for your 2 minutes to speak, because it's so vulgar. You'll probably be removed. And I apologize in advance because I never thought I would ever be recorded reading stuff like this. This is from the book that you were just quoting from, Duke. Again, 8 years old, 9 years old, 11 years old.
The book is called This Book is Gay. And it's basically a how-to manual to have gay sex.
Letting a guy come in your mouth is a safe sex no-no. Getting away from the volcano before it erupts. In fact, be aware that many sexually transmitted infections are often spread through oral sex. Bumming. It is a universal truth that many men like sticking their willies inside things. I suspect it must be biological. Well, in the absence of a vagina, gay and bi men make excellent use of the back door. Want to know a secret? Straight people have anal sex all the time, too. Another one, straight men like stuff up their bums just as much as gay ones. Why? As mentioned before, the prostate gland located in your bum feels amazing when massaged. Lots of men, gay or straight, like how this feels. Anal sex isn't a gay thing. And it goes on like this, Duke. Here is a bit of spit. Brokeback Mountain style is not a substitute for a proper water-based lubricant, which you can get for free with condoms from gay bars, doctors, and clinics, or buy pretty much anywhere. Vaseline and baby oil are oil-based, and decay condoms. Don't use them as lube. I can't read it.
I don't blame you, but look, even that last sentence you said, listen to, this is the kind of advice. This isn't health. Notice what they say. Condoms are readily available at gay bars, doctors, and clinics. So gay bars now, where you can hook up and have gay sex in the bathroom, apparently. That's where you can go to get your condoms, or you could go see a doctor or a clinic. I mean, this is staggering. You used the word, Vicki. This is grooming. You are grooming young children to be having anal and oral sex immediately with people who are much older. Look, you got to be 21 to go to a bar, gay bar. So you're telling kids as young as 10 years old, pop into your local gay bar if the doctor's busy because you can get a condom there.
Well, and it's got cartoons as well attached. Again, you're not showing them, so I apologize for that. You're not showing them, but there's a cartoon of a boy masturbating. There's a cartoon of people, depicted in different sex acts. And again, this is considered by the state of Wisconsin developmentally appropriate. I'd like to know how. There's a story about, it's called Katie's One Night Stand. I would like to know how this material is appropriate for any student in the schools without explicit authorization from a parent. What is it doing downloadable on the school library system? And again, this is Elmbrook schools we're talking about here. Elmbrook schools, which is a very liberal school district, a very liberal school board, but a very conservative area. Sparta schools, other school districts, no doubt, check with your school district. And again, get this letter it's posted at the Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. You can actually download this and you can see for yourself that we're not exaggerating. See if you can actually get through your 2-minute segment at a school board meeting testifying, reading this filth without being accused of doing something inappropriate or even potentially violating rules against obscenity.
Hi, it's time now for some real education. Education and anti-patriotism is the theme of this week, and we came upon this because of what I'm about to show you. We've shown you this video every single day of the week. We are appalled by it. We are disgusted by it. We've said before, right? You've got a mom standing by and approving and underwriting what this little punk kid does. And there they ride off back to their suburban neighborhood where the sun shines and they have $300,000 houses. This little punk thinks, and his mother, his rotten to the core mother, thinks it's okay, even if you dislike the flag, and you have the right to dislike the flag, you go ahead and buy a flag from Walmart and burn it if you want to. But to steal somebody else's flag, to desecrate somebody else's property that way is unacceptable. We're offering $100. And it's all we can afford. Now, $100 to anybody out there who can get us the name of that mom. We don't want to dox her because of her worldview. We don't want to tell her she can't believe what she believes. But damaging somebody else's property, stealing, trespassing, that needs to be compensated. So please, for $100, a cool Ben Franklin, if you can give us any information, we'd love to have it. And here is a quote about what happens when you educate little kids like that punk to hate their country without any context. Quote, this is from Christopher Langan. Quote, there is nothing to be gained, not a thing, by pretending that academic involvement is necessary or even always desirable in the quest for truth or knowledge. And I would make the point even more broadly. Academics has almost nothing to do with truth and education anymore. The average public school, the average public college, the average Ivy League university is much less concerned with truth and education and reality than it is politics and indoctrination and coercive behavior. It's true. Why? Let's stop thinking as a culture that academics and academic institutions are really the only place you can educate kids and teach them the truth, when in reality, they're the places you're least likely to find them in this culture. All right, just a quick reminder that the best way to access our content is to download our Freedom Project Media app. It's free, it's powerful. Simply search Freedom Project in your app store and make sure once you download for free this app, you allow us to notify you 18 shows a week and counting. And if you enjoy our content, please join our Patriot Club. Your tax-deductible donation allows us to bring you these stories every day. Simply visit patriotclub.us, and for $99 once a year, tax-deductible, we'll shoot you this lovely tumbler. That's patriotclub.us. Now, we want to take a quick moment to show some love to our Patriot Club members. Today, we'd like to give a great big shout-out to Thomas from Sydney, Ohio. Tom, thank you so much for your support. Go Buckeyes. And that's going to do it for this show. For Freedom Project, I'm Dr. Duke. Until next time, stay educated, my friends.